Hi, my name is Ryan Carter, and I am a junior political science major and Middle East Studies minor here at the College of the Holy Cross. Today, I'm going to introduce to you all one of my favorite objects here at the Worcester Art Museum, the painting The Adoration of the Kings. Also known as the Adoration of the Magi, was crafted by the Italian artist Ottaviano Nelli, called Nelli for short. As you can see here, Nelli packs the foreground of this panel with the historic scene of the three kings, or the Magi, delivering their gifts to the newborn baby Jesus and his mother, the Virgin Mary, and father, Joseph the carpenter. The three Magi are dressed splendidly in gold and colored silk lined with furs. In the background, a variety of onlookers, from heavenly angels to shepherds and their sheep, witness the scene. Their serious gazes and submissive posture suggest great reverence for the Holy Family. Note how two of the Magi have their heads bowed in reverence to the newborn Jesus, while the third looks up at Christ, honoring him with his gift. Even the angels are bearing witness to the scene, looking down on towards the scene and Christ himself. Joseph and Mary's heads are lowered while looking towards their son. The language of these figures exemplifies the importance of Christ's birth. The three kings have apparently arrived on three horses just behind them, and bring with them a parade of wealth carried by camels. The camels bear loads beautifully wrapped in red cloth and are guided by the man wearing the red livery. Camels were not a common sight in central Italy. Indeed, neither the artist nor his patrons would probably ever have seen a real camel. Yet the inclusion of painted camels in this scene suggests the exotic East, where camels lived, and the source of holy incense and rich gifts, including the Magi's gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Behind the camels lies buildings, perhaps towns, suggesting the continent-crossing trade routes of the Middle Ages, in which travelers and their camels and horses stayed at purpose-built hostels. These Magi have traveled a long way with their camels, suggesting journeys across dusty deserts to see the newly born baby Jesus. Nelli was a great proponent of the international Gothic style of painting, which began in France and was enthusiastically adopted in Italy and elsewhere in the 1300s. Nelli's rich use of colors and gold throughout the scene were staples of the style, which focused on elegance and wealth, traits valued across many lands. The mannered grace and focus on gold and bright colors stands in contrast to paintings in the early Renaissance style, where members of the Holy Family began to be depicted as more animated and realistic, often dressed in less ornate clothing. The artist, Nelli, was the son of a relatively obscure painter, Martino Nelli, from a town in central Italy known as Gubbio. Ottaviano was much more talented than his father and is often referred to as one of the premier medieval painters of this region. Nelli distinguished himself early in his career by creating frescoes and panel paintings for the public buildings and churches of his native town of Gubbio. Nelli was commissioned to paint the Worcester Art Museum's painting for an unknown patron in the late 1300s to early 1400s. The panels themselves were usually made of walnut wood, which displays excellent surface quality and was valuable for its durability and resistance to splitting. Panel paintings that depicted holy scenes like the Adoration of the Kings were often meant for local churches or chapels, but some were also commissioned privately. For example, while the patron of this particular painting is unknown, it is known that Ottaviano painted the same scene in fresco for the Lord of Foligno, Corrado dei Trinici. That fresco was intended to adorn one of the walls of his palace chapel along with other religious scenes painted by Nelli, like the presentation of the infant Jesus in the temple. This helps us imagine the type of patronage that underlies the Worcester Art Museum's own Adoration of the Kings.